Mic check. Bang, bang, bang. Is this thing on? King of the Pit TV. Bread and Circus by Toad the Wet Sprocket. We're continuing on with our Toad journey. This record is recommended by and devoted to David over on the Patreon. One love to my brother. At some point during this listen, I might make a cup of coffee. I might even break this into 2 listens. We'll see how it goes, because it's getting a little late here. I do apologise for the wait, especially to yourself, David, because I know you've been holding on for a minute, but it just is what it is. It's life, innit? I do get around to doing recording, but I've just been a little bit bundled up over months on end, to be honest. Adult life is catching up with me, for lack of better terms. This one's called Bread and Circus, though. It's a reference to, I don't know what they're referencing it for. Maybe they've got a different perspective on the term, but it's in relation to the Roman Colosseums, and it exists in this day and age. The football stadiums of the Western world, at the very least, are shaped exactly like the Roman Colosseums, because there was a quote in relation to giving the people bread and circuses in order to keep them appeased and distracted from the political momentum and direction that was being swept under the rug of that time. But football and sports as a whole still serves the same purpose, you know. We got people over here in England, big, strong, burly, working class men, the strongest of our network, expressing their innate biological aggressive energy and tendencies natural to the man upon for tribal warfare, as opposed to looking after their people, you know. By the time they have an inkling of wanting to look after their people, they have to get back to work. Come on, get back to work, slacker. And they go back to the corporation they work for, and whipped in the slave trade as to which they reside. Anyway, I'm not here to be conspiratorial, and I'm not here to be pessimistic or this, that, and the third. I'm just telling you that's what bread and circus means, and it's a very real thing. It's a great concept to look into. What would the magician have? A sleight of hand for distraction, you know? This is way away. Let's jump in. Hope everyone's blessed today. My dad's proper into football. Someone bought this on cassette back in '89. This is an older record, isn't it? When was this part out? 1989. The production's really good for '89. Martin McKay says, I interviewed the band several times, and other than the Replacements, they had no overall influences to speak of. I understand it as an expressive, independent artist. Well, independent's a bold stretch, but like as a cohesive group of artists who don't necessarily want to credit anyone other than their own ingenuity and artistry. But on a subconscious basis, you know, the music you consume is going to shape how you sound. That's why they're writing in 4/4, you know, as opposed to this sporadic, nonsensical manner, because they have adopted a style of such influenced by the music as to which they listen to, you know. It's not too big a step forward that maybe they were into the Smiths. Great production. The guitar tone is like what you get in some of the Cure's more upbeat stuff, right?
Make a promise to no one, wondering if you've been worthwhile. Turn away from the chatter and learn.
Lovely bass presence. Brilliant introduction to the record. Great sound, you know. For 89, that production's really clear and phenomenal. I like the production. Great sound, great melancholy vocal approach. This is a great band, and already we're starting off with a corker. I don't want to waste no more time. We're going to jump straight into track number 2, shall we? I'll see you there.